Hey guys, I'm here to do your weekend reading. How are you? Have you all had a really good week? I hope you have. We've been really lucky with the weather. The rain that I were expecting has held off. And today I've been shopping. I bought 3 new tops and George a load of t-shirts. So I'm like, life's going back to normal. I have to say, actually, it didn't feel that bad shopping in a mask. I hadn't done it for like a year because I was just like, I don't want to go shopping in a mask. What's the point? The only downside was the fact that in the centre that we went to, obviously you can't sit down and have a coffee and stuff, so we ended up at Greg's, sat out on a bench. it didn't have the same feeling as going and having, going to a Costa and having a nice cake or whatever. But apart from that, it's nice to get a couple of nice bits, if I do decide to have a pub lunch or whatever, something nice to wear. So yeah, I hope everybody's excited. We've got the bank holiday coming up. I hope you've all got lots and lots of things planned and raring to go. I'm just going to spend the day with George and myself tomorrow. I'll probably go to the bike park or something. And then Sunday, we've got this wizard thing. He's going to make a wand, and we're going to the farmyard, and it's like a wizardy type day. And then we're having lunch with Grandma on Monday. So yeah, we've got a nice little weekend planned, and I'm looking forward to it. I always like my weekends with George. So anyway, let's get in and see what we've got. I hope you guys have a wonderful bank holiday. Yeah, I hope we managed to keep a dry weekend. That'd be good too. Right, let's see what we get for today. What is the mess? Well, it's not for today. It's Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So we've got the 30th, then we're going to the 1st of May. Can you believe it? We're going into another month. 1st of May, 2nd of May. What have we got going on, guys? What is the message? What is it we all need to know for the weekend? Weekend messages, please. Right. Green it is. Green, green, green. Green, green, green. Friday, Saturday and Sunday. What have we got going on? I don't know if anybody else is suffering as well. I'm really suffering with the pollen. It's tree pollen as well. That I'm suffering with. Let's see what we got going on. I didn't even see them pop out. I feel like there's something else to come. Just a little sign message here, I think, for somebody or for a few people. Very, just a few. I just want to say, if you've lost somebody, all right, and that's like physically off the earth plane, or whether you have God, there's loads now. Whether you have finished with somebody, as in a relationship's come to an end. Okay, what I want to say to you is you put everything you could into it. All right, every single piece of effort you could have put in there. Yeah, and other people saw that too. All right. The situation may have taught you a lot, okay, but you did what you could, and you put in the effort there. So if you have lost somebody recently and you're feeling like I didn't do enough, or you did enough, okay. If you've come out of a relationship and you're questioning yourself, you did enough. All right, you did enough. Right, I'm not going to go into that too much. It's just a side message there. I don't know if it is actually, because when I'm looking at these, I do think it is about losing something. So whether that be a house, a home, whether it be moving on to something new from a job, whether it be the death of somebody, whether it be the ending of a relationship. That can be any kind of relationship as well. That can be a love relationship, like a proper partner, or whether that could be a friendship, family dynamics that have closed down. I just feel like some of you have been going through some quite big lessons, and they might not have even been to do with that person in particular that you're not speaking to now, or the person that you've lost or whatever. For the ones that have lost people when it's come to a death, okay, that's about you. You've put in the effort, you've done everything you could. All right, you don't have to feel like you're left out in the cold of anything, because you did everything you could. Okay, but the ones that have lost somebody, as in a friendship or something, What I want to say to you is you know, there was either a period of learning through somebody else, not particularly this person, or learning through this person, and it's just made you go, you know what, this just isn't for me. This isn't right. I'm letting go. I'm free. I've put in every single piece and scrap of effort I can put into this relationship, into this job, into this career. And it's time for me to take a step back. It's like, you know, look at this picture here. Yeah, this person here is making a picture of a memory of two people together. It doesn't mean that you have to look back on things. You know, when you leave something behind, it doesn't always have to be that we forget about it completely, okay? Everything that happens to us in our life is to teach us a lesson, all right? And, you know, I think some of you will have walked away from a situation where you're still, you know, you can see the potential of why you walked away and what that relationship gave you or that job gave you, which is an absolutely massive place to be. That's a place of you learning, putting everything into your little journal here and learning and sort of supporting yourself. This is you and your inner child. You're supporting yourself there through a situation and you're looking at it with an open heart instead of being like, I hate you, this is it, it's over, it's finished, it's through, or you know, that job was awful and I hated that manager and I hated this and I hated that. It's about you seeing things with love, seeing what you were taught, you know, what you were taught from it and managing to keep them memories. Yeah, and managing to keep the memories and keeping the nicer side of things, because not everything's awful all the time. You know, like, you know, in my marriage, you know, obviously it ended, but there's so many good things that came out of that marriage, not just including my son, you know, things that I learned and places that I went and experiences that we had and things like that. And I can look at my relationship with my ex-husband now more like this. Before, I used to look at it, you know, in a totally different way. So it's about sort of letting the true you come through. It's about you being able to be open with your emotions and your heart and not, you know, like I said, putting that block on something after you've let it go. Because you've learned through it. You know, every experience brings us to where we are. I saw a quote the other day and it basically said, you know, if you got rid of all the hurt and you got rid of all them more negative experiences that you've had and then relationships, what would you know? You wouldn't have learned a thing. You would lose all your wisdom if you got rid of them experiences. So we do need them experiences, okay? If you are feeling, you know, if you're not feeling that good about leaving this relationship, because there is obviously some of you are, obviously some of you have lost people and things like that, you know, it will have happened to you, people will have moved on. What I want to say to you is it's about you looking at why this situation happened, if you're not looking at it in that way, and why it's making you feel so far out in the cold. Because if it's you that's been left behind, the other person will be feeling like this. Okay, so what you need to look at is why this relationship has now finished and why is it that I feel out in the cold? Why is it that I'm the one feeling left and left behind? Because there isn't a reason to be, I don't think. I think whatever's happened, it's come to a cycle, it's come to a close. And it's not about you feeling left out in the cold. It's about you learning and listening to yourself and finding out, you know, what is it it's making me feel so alone, because actually this is over, this is finished with, we've learned our lessons, you know, we've put in everything we can possibly put into this. Yeah, we've journaled it, we've put it all together, we've become better people for it at the end of it. So why am I now feeling, you know, left out in the cold? Why am I feeling so alone? Now that's something in you. So if you've left a relationship and then you're suddenly like, oh, I'm really glad I left this relationship, that's what I needed. And then suddenly you're thinking, oh God, I feel lonely, maybe we shouldn't have split, maybe we should get back together. You know, your brain's working overtime there. Think about why you feel like that, because it's not the relationship, is it, that you want to go back to? Because that relationship doesn't actually work, or that career. So maybe you had a career that, you know, fed you quite a bit of money, and the career that you're going to go into ain't going to feed you as much. And then you start thinking about that material side of things. What is that craving in you? Why have you got that craving? Why is it, you know, why is it not sitting right with you? You know, you've got to look at what's missing inside yourself to make you feel like there's something missing, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense there. Yeah, so like, if you're, So many times I have chosen to spend the whole weekend on my own, right? Okay, doing things like my spiritual stuff and my spiritual work, because the one thing I had to learn after, many relationships is that being on your own is okay. All right. I used to feel like there was a massive gap missing when I was on my own. If I didn't have a partner, if I didn't have, I weren't out with my friends, or, everyone's going to think that I'm just here on my own and I'm a loner. And, this is not recent. This is time gone back. And it's like, I just didn't feel comfy in my own space. I hated silence because I would overthink and things like that. Things would go on in my mind. I'd have to be busy, have to be looking good, have to be doing things and things like that, because otherwise that's how I'd feel. I'd be like, I'm the only one looking on the outside in, and everybody else has got a good life and loads of friends and things going on. But that's actually something missing in yourself. That's you wanting attachments all the time to fill in gaps that you've got within yourself. Okay, so that's what you need to be looking at. Looking and listening to yourself. Why is that happening to me? Because believe me, guys, things are there. These things have changed. These are new seeds. This is you going to be growing into a new you, into a new experience. This was all here to help you, yeah? For the lucky ones that have, seen the lesson and aren't feeling alone from this, probably for the first time, I've got to say. If the shoe is on the other foot, feeling like I do now, like I'm, when it comes up to my weekends of being on my own, I'm quite happy to be on my own, or I'm happy to be with somebody else. Whereas before, I'd always have to be with someone else. I'd also always have to have things to do as well. We weren't just happy just seeing somebody. We had to be doing something extraordinary so that, I could say, oh, well, I did this weekend and I did that this weekend. And, I've just learned that that's not what life's about. So yeah, it's time for you to grow now, but it's time for you to grow to that person that you are meant to be. Yeah. And that's somebody that's good on their own, someone that's a free spirit, somebody that's feeling from the heart, moving on in trust, someone who's moving on in love, and just really growing through their next relationships, their next job, okay? So if it's about a job, maybe, some of us are like, you've got to have that high-flying business job. Otherwise, who's going to like you? What friends are you going to have? Where are you going to be? What are people going to think of you? If there's things going on like that in your head, then there's something that's not, there's something missing within you, because, nobody cares what you do for a job, do they? If someone really likes you, they don't care what you do for a job. It doesn't matter whether you drive, a sports car or a Ford Fiesta. It's, it's irrelevant. Your life shouldn't run off materialistic things. So we need to look at why we are like that. And that's what this is about. It's about something coming to an end and us being comfortable with something coming to the end. Yeah, I hope I'm making sense. I'm going to have to listen back on it. For the people that have lost somebody, okay, it's just a simple message from Spirit to say, you did your best. They know you did your best. You did do your best. And sort of a thank you from Spirit there. Or from whomever, obviously. But yeah, everything comes to an end for a reason. Everything's a lesson and a blessing. All right, guys? So that's your message, I think. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else they want to tell you. It is the weekend. Sometimes we get something extra, don't we? We have a little bit more time on it, so let's just see. I'll do a few side messages maybe, guys. What do you think? Side messages? Do you want to do some? Yeah, they do. Let's do, chucking cards everywhere. Let's do a few of these. I do hope that makes sense when I listen back to it. I've got 333. We'll look that up. I'm going to put these back because there's about 65 million of them. Right, so what do we need to know? What do we need to know today? Right, this is ridiculous. Right, I'm just going to take these. There's loads of them. Right, so side messages, guys. Take these whether they go with this message or whether these are single messages for you. Fair decision, first card. It says your angels are aware that you have concerns, but be assured that there's nothing to worry about. Stand your ground and know that heaven is shining its divine light upon the situation and all is being healed. Take the time to review all the details thoroughly. Forgiveness will bring peace to everybody involved. This one, beautiful, successful completion. This is a time of incredible accomplishment. You're justified in feeling joy, a sense of completion and pride in the amazing job you've done. You've been blessed with many spiritual insights. Soon you'll begin a new journey, but for now, take time to bask in the happiness of the dreams coming true. this lovely gentleman here. It says helper of action. It says you're blessed with many wonderful things to do. It would be great if you could take the time to make a plan first, but you probably don't have the time. So get busy, follow your instincts and have fun. You or someone you meet is very self-assured, capable and enthusiastic and can do anything with a smile. Messenger of emotions. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience that could grow into something deeper. You may receive a message expressing feelings that you didn't even know were developing. A social invitation could soon be on its way. And it says there's a person involved who's very gentle and loving with only the kindest of intentions. It could be you, especially if you're artistic, shy and sensitive. God, I've got loads here. Healer of abundance. Never doubt that you can make a difference. Your creativity and ability to be innovative make you destined to succeed. It might be time to expand your career, but don't forget to leave time for family. This situation involves a person, possibly you, who's down to earth with a gift for design or decorating. He or she is open-minded and nurturing. And the last one, 6 of abundance. It says, heaven opens its loving arms and pours abundance onto you. An unexpected gift is on its way. Accept it with gratitude and humility. Knowing that you'll have a chance to return the generosity by giving to others in the future. Consider volunteering for a charitable organisation. So lovely cards there, guys. So do have a great weekend and I will see you all on Monday. Happy bank holiday. Goodbye.